So here I am today, waking up, seeing this economy crashing like this, well, the stock market crashing. And I just got to say, I'm super frustrated trying to find work, look for tech work, 500 plus applications and still nothing, just going through recruiter hell, trying to get anywhere. And, interviews that never make it to the offer stage. And and I think this economy that you see right now, it's starting to show up finally in the stock market and everywhere else. All these tech jobs, they want somebody that's a senior level, almost senior exec level, and they want you to be young, have that senior knowledge, like 7 years experience, but they want you to be in your 20s or 30s, maybe even H-1B visa, so it's cheaper for them to pay. But if you have a ton of experience or mid-level, they don't want you. So it's just sick out there. But all this cause and effect with all these layoffs in 2023 and 2024, eventually, as you see it now, it's hitting the stock market and the overall economy, and the Fed might have to do some emergency rate decision this week because I think the Fed in itself, they're trying to fight inflation, which is fine, but you know all these tech workers that laid off, the tech industry basically laid them all off in the theory that a recession is coming, but in a way they caused a recession because all these tech workers and everything else are can't pay our rent, can't we can just barely just get groceries, and we're eating through our savings, but they don't really seem to care. These tech companies are making record profits, but eventually it all comes to roost. And then with tech, all these layoffs, just like anything, you lay off so many people, and then eventually it hits the blue collar sector of the economy. Then they get laid off, and then restaurants, nobody's eating out anymore. So it's just a cause and effect until they wake up and they start hiring how they were hiring. I mean, even not even saying when the peak 2020, I'm saying after that. I was I wasn't even part of that wave of hiring. I've been in tech for like 20 years. And like the more experience you have, it's almost a negative in tech. And so they want you to be a senior, but they want you to be a young senior. And what they're looking for right now is somebody that's mid-year and senior that has basically can do the senior level job and the mid job, like do two jobs for the one price, pay them cheap for that, and then hire all these H-1B visa for cheap as well, and they'll outcompete you, American workers that can't find work. It's just a 360. So I just keep looking and doing the best I can with my finances. That's my advice. If you're out of work in tech, just don't let it get into your head and just keep looking, and try to avoid all those. A lot of the recruiters that will scam you. Some of them will, like there's some from India. They'll just buy your data and start phone call, text messaging, and then emailing you as well. You're on some data list, and then they'll keep calling you and calling you and calling you. And a lot of times they're not legit, and then they try to scrape your resume to get some other H-1B visa candidate in ahead of you to use your information. And so you just got to be really careful there. I'm not saying all of them are bad, but even if you go through one, it's the odds of them even getting you to that final round of interviews, it's not even, it probably won't happen because American, a lot of the hiring managers just won't go that route, won't deal with them. But yeah, it's just a shame. So I'm just trying to do the best I can. And when it comes to investing in it's even though this economy's going to crap kind of from all these layoffs, it's still you can DCA and just manage your money the best you can and try to get through it if you're in in the situation that you are like I am, dealing with trying to pay your bills and just sitting here with your skills and you can't get anywhere. Like recruiters will call you and say, "Oh, you look amazing on your resume. Nobody's had this. You're the only person that we've seen that matches this role." And then they like try to sell you the role, and then you get to the hiring manager. Yeah, they like you. Everybody loves you. You're positive. And then at the end, then maybe a couple rounds in, and then they ghost. Well, they ghost you, or they just deny you. Somebody else. It's just because the market is so oversaturated and so much competition in tech that it's just it's crazy. So you don't. They have the pick of the litter as far as who they want to hire, and yeah, you may make it to the one or two slot, but if you don't match everything, it's just BS. But I don't know, just it's easy to get frustrated. Like I'm getting frustrated, but you just gotta keep working on it and keep applying until you do find something. One thing I did that so it lessens the burden, I'm 500 jobs in, I just stopped adding it to Excel. So it just you feel less of a loser if you're not including all these jobs that you applied for and you saw rejection, interview, rejection, interview, rejection. At least it gives you some confidence down the road. I had to, after the last time I was ghosted, it messed me up for a while, and they don't even realize it. They don't have the guts to even tell you didn't get the job. There's so much recruiters are so extrovert, talkative, but they don't have the face a lot of times to even tell you, just let you know, okay, you didn't get it, and then also relay your feedback back to them, back to the candidate. They just a lot of times they just leave you in the lurch and just don't even care. So like if I could go back to the video, like yeah, this tech market is all these layoffs. My point of this video, these tech market layoffs are all going they're starting to affect the overall economy, and you see it in the stock market now. The Fed's gonna have to rush to drop the rates because tech markets, they're just trying to be lean as they can for this recession that's coming, and then plus they overhired in 2020, and so it's all affecting that, and then eventually it's going to start affecting other sectors in the economy, like blue collar, restaurants, just other sectors, and they're going to get hit when you think you're safe and you're not. And so you took like a shop class, and you think now that you're like this a rock star, and these tech peoples are losers, they can't find jobs, or you're paper pusher, you you work in some office, you don't have no tech skills, and you just think I got this cushy job here, exec job, whatever, and you're safe. But eventually they're going to hit you as well. That's how the economy works. It doesn't stay in one sector. So, but I think it'll all swing around when they eventually do lower the rates, because inflation, they're just trying to make people as poor as they can right now, to suffer as much as they can so they won't go spending. They have no money to spend, and then it's going to try to tamper inflation. But when they're not going to lower your food bill now that it's high, they're just going to keep those prices high. For you want some toilet paper, or your thing of chicken, your whatever you go, your hot dogs you buy, your peanut butter, your burgers, none of that stuff is gonna come down in prices. Like, get real. It's gonna it's all gonna stay high because it's there. It's maybe some parts of the inflation they're just trying to stop inflation from going up to be more expensive things. So it's all gonna have a ripple effect there, and then it's they're gonna try to and it's gonna flip back, and then they're probably gonna, oh, we made a mistake here, and we cut too deep, and now they're gonna hire people that I think it's just like they think with AI they can all these other jobs that they're trying to mix them with the seniors. So it's if you're a senior, you have these senior tech skills, you're safe. But they're just trying to test out AI. And eventually, they're going to turn the switch on and make it all that way, and that's going to affect everybody. You know, from the person that works at Wendy's on the counter, and or somebody's bagging your groceries at the grocery store or the movie theater. You know, they're just almost at this point, they could do it right now if they wanted to, but they just haven't turned on this switch to make all that happen. Or like have some machine that automatically bags your groceries, and the AI, you just put it in there. I mean, that's all down the road. Like they even now, where you could even check what you have in your fridge, what you need to buy. It's going to be the same thing with go to grocery. Just put all your stuff in there. They can check you out that way. They won't need anybody at the down the road for a lot of these jobs that they seem obsolete. That eventually will become obsolete because AI is just AI 1.0 right now. So it's in the intermediate, it's just going to get worse. But I mean, I'm still buying on these dips here that happened today, but man, I'm just dipping in my savings like everybody else is trying to land some job. So that and the third thing, yeah, these tech economy, these jobs are going to affect overall, and then eventually you're going to fix it. But as far as like to help boost your motivation, just don't use Excel anymore to or log your jobs in every day, and just if you're hitting like 500 jobs applied for like I have, just forget that and just create like some Gmail folder to separate it that way. But yeah, it's tough to stay motivated when everything seems like it's just they want you to have senior level tech jobs. It's basically like seniors only need apply. Senior devs only need apply. Basically, it's the market is now because they overhired, interest rates, and AI. It's kind of a combo of all those things. But all that stuff eventually has a ripple effect into the other sectors, the economy. That will get hit eventually. It's just a matter of time. So stay safe out there and with your money. If you have a job, hold on to it as much as you can. And yeah, I don't know, it's a rough situation to deal with. But and then I guess the last thing is, yeah, just be cautious with your recruiters that are out there that are some of them aren't your friends. As far as it seems like a lot of the overseas ones that are just trying to spam and get your info, and they mean they're not a blessing in your life basically. And plus they clutter everything else, and it's so hard to keep track of anything. So just hit spam and block them. But it is the way it is. But if you like this video, hit like and subscribe, and I'll definitely see you guys in the next one. And today with the market, just keep a cool head, and yeah, I wouldn't sell anything, just buy a few things if you want. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. Take care.